Oh, man.
You're better than this.
Poppin'. The Gucci hold it, but it's poking out. Promise we gon' make it out. I promise. Plenty nights when I was stressed out. But Moondy had me, he pushed me to put my best out. Like, nigga, came a long way from slinging hard. Ducking broke, as long as these fiends smoke, I'ma have a job. And I'm trying to get this shit my all. My youngin' told me they fronted, he had to let it off. Now I'm involved. Ain't it crazy how this shit work? I was breaking bread with my nigga, he put a bitch first. They gon' try to tell me I'm moving funny and switch first. Spending all this time with these bitches, I hope they kick works. Still gon' pull up on your block and get that love, nigga. Difference from a salad and a fuck, nigga. So my brothers at the top, it's only us, nigga. Every smile don't mean it's love, nigga. Fuck niggas. Swear this life should be on pay-per-view. I'm with Beto on my birthday in the ghost. Shit, I'm making moves. Still scrap, don't get this shit confused. See the dealers making hundreds, so for heroin I can make them sue. Too many niggas, fucking too many bitches. Come and cruise with me, nigga. Watch how I cruise through the trenches. Play was home, not a day, ain't had that tool on this nigga. Gotta keep it, tired of losing my niggas. I keep on losing my niggas. The family never crossed that. Made it through the summer, this winter gon' have a sore scrap. Told me playing frontline risky, I need to fall back. My bitches said they tired of me singing, they want that talk back. Keep the hate, I want the love. Lately I've been taking drugs, I've been posted with the thugs where it's going down. 40 on my hip, I'm like OJ with the glove. Niggas always talking crazy when we not around. These niggas want me to lose. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thou shall not talk down on no nigga. I kept it gutter who be raising these whole niggas. Something going on over there. A million reasons why I'm trilling. Baking soda.
He's been training for this his whole life.
Chandra made this beat.
D-Naked.
Hey, Shama.
Did you violate it?
Tryna think about the words that I could say, but I can't bring myself to think about it. I got bigger problems, taking drugs to make the pain go away. I put my feelings in this pill, I hope it take me away. That's when we scheming every day. The shit I go through, I'm supposed to talk about it. They just wanna know my problems, I'ma get through it my way. They said when death come, you supposed to gain an angel, but I miss you, how can I ever repay? I'ma put my feelings first. Just when I thought it couldn't get worse, my daddy leave this earth. It's hard to try to keep on rapping when you don't see it work. Tryna pop away all my problems, even though I know it hurt. I've been going through this pain so long. I know that love be lost, I'm watching all these niggas. Big Glock with the safety off, I take on all these niggas. I don't know how we fell off, I can't blame all my niggas. Life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. But they had to take my dog away from me. Don't question God, mama said one day you'll trying to think about the words that I could say. But I can't bring myself to think about it. I got bigger problems, taking drugs to make the pain go away. I put my feelings in this pill, I hope it take me away. That's when we're scheming every day. The shit I go through, I'm supposed to talk about it. They just wanna know my problems, I'ma get through it my way. They said when death come, you supposed to gain an angel, but I miss you, how can I ever repay? God get these battles to the strongest soldiers. Well, I feel like I got all this weight on top my shoulders, and you was hurting in my face and you ain't even show it. I got so much more than love for you, you don't even know it. Trying to think about the words that I could say, but I can't bring myself to think about it. I got bigger problems, taking drugs to make the pain go away. I put my feelings in this pill, I hope it take me away. That's when we're scheming every day. The shit I go through, I'm supposed to talk about it. They just wanna know my problems, I'ma get through it my way. They said when death come, you supposed to gain an angel, but I miss you, how can I ever repay you?
play a game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform, man. Much love. Much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. Shout out to everybody. If you tuned in, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button, man. It's very important you hit the like button. After you hit the like button, make sure you share the show. Share the show, man. Share it on your community tab, anywhere that you share videos. Make sure you share the show. It's very important that you share the show. It's very much appreciated. If you're catching a playback, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. And last but definitely not least, make sure you financially support the show. Make sure you financially support the show. You can do so by going to CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV. That's CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go to financially support the show. You got any questions, any comments you would like me to acknowledge, put it through with your super chat, and I will acknowledge them. All other donation links will be in the chat. Will be in the chat room. All other donation links will be in the chat room. So I appreciate the love and the support. Shout out to everybody in the building once again. Salute if you tuned in. Shout out to the bishop in the building for checking in. Salute to you, my brother. Shout out to Kenneth Nash in the building. You said who sings and raps that song Take Me Away. Each song that I was just playing is by an independent artist from Harlem. His name is Neek Bucks. Neek Bucks. Neek Bucks. He sings that song, Take Me Away. All those songs I was just playing was by Neek Bucks. So, and there's a reason why I was playing all Neek Bucks songs. It ties into today's show. And today's show is very, very important. This is why I said make sure y'all share this show, man. Because today, I want to have a real serious discussion with young brothers, man. And this is going to be a very personal conversation. And it's going to be a conversation that don't have nothing to do with no superficial bullshit that a lot of these dudes be around here pumping to young men. Today, I want to let young men in today's world dealing with all the things that we have to deal with. And I mean, not only in our family, but outside of our families, in society. The thing that I'm finding to be the most healing, the most progressive, the most innovative, in order to find those thoughts and feelings, you have to find your lane and stay there. You have to find your lane and stay there. If I was speaking to a classroom, a theater, or even a stadium of young men right now, and they said, DS1, is there anything you got to say to these young men? I would tell them this. Find your lane and stay there. Now, when I say find your lane and stay there, I don't mean confine yourself to one way of thinking. I'm not saying confine yourself to anything. Because I know a lot of y'all may, get that when I say stay there. And the reason why this is important for young men to understand is because a lot of these young men today are confused. They're simply confused and lost, and they don't have basic direction. And it is because everything around them confuses them. Everything around them tells them that it's okay to be confused. And see, most people who are confused are usually sheep. Most people who are usually confused are usually sheep. And this is why our young men today, young men in general, are being slaughtered at an alarming rate, are being incarcerated at an alarming rate. Because they haven't found their lane. You see? They haven't been able to cultivate who they are. They never had anyone around them to help them cultivate themselves. And this is due to coming from a bad family. This is coming from a bad environment and poor living conditions. But the problem is that these young guys don't even understand the importance of purpose. They don't understand the importance of it. See, because they learned from TV and from people around them who tells them that men sole purpose is to please everyone but themselves. Is to live someone else's reality. See, if you're living someone else's reality, how can you properly lead? You can't lead because you don't even know that you're supposed to be a leader. You see? So a lot of the issues that plague a lot of young men today simply comes from this. It simply comes from them not finding their lane, them not finding what they're good at and sticking to it. And I know some of y'all that may be listening or that's going to be catching the playback, some of y'all may be like, well, you know, DS1, I'm good at crime. No, you're not good at crime. You just didn't get caught yet. You're not good at crime. You just didn't get caught. See, you don't understand what you're good at because you're afraid to even admit what you like. A lot of these young men deal with a lot of peer pressure. And when I say peer pressure, I'm meaning pressure to live up to a certain standard. You have to live up to certain expectations of the group that you're a part of. And I think I'm going to do a whole nother stream about it. But this ties into dominance hierarchies. This is why you got a lot of the alpha, the beta, you know, and the lion and the hyena talk on here. That's all a dominance hierarchy in which, you know, the pale boy set up to rule because he rules society through dominance hierarchies. And this is what a lot of young men get caught up in. We get so caught up in fighting and proving ourselves that we never get no time to build. Or by the time we ready to build, we got 2-3 felonies. Or by the time we ready to build, we got 4-5 children. Or by the time we ready to build, our bodies is messed up from being shot and stabbed. All of that is a result of taking part of in the dominance hierarchy. What do y'all think the streets is? What do you think the hood is? The projects. It's a project. It's set up like a dominance hierarchy. That's what all of that is. And society is pushing men to go that way. They pushing young men to do that because that's the easiest way for them to get killed or go to prison. And which is one of the biggest money makers you could go into. Privatized prisons. Invested in prisons. People invest in prisons instead of schools. Because of the dominance hierarchy. Because these young men not being able to find their lane in life. But as I said a few minutes ago, in order for a young man to find his lane, he got to find himself. He has to be real with himself. He got to look inside the mirror and say, listen, this is not me. This is not me. And you know it's not you. Why do you think a lot of these young rappers nowadays, when they get caught up with the police, a lot of these young cats, why do you think you find out they told? Why do you think they do that? See, because a lot of these dudes, especially the young rappers coming out of Chicago, the young rappers coming out of New York, the drill rappers, they're coming out of a dominance hierarchy in which they survived. So they don't want to go back. They don't want to go back. Because they found their lane. See, once they get away from those poor living conditions, dwelling, once they get away from that, then they start thinking differently. Health. Once again, we're speaking on the internal 5 of the 10 life values. Once again, once these dudes are able to get away from what hurt them, what traumatized them, then they're able to actually think in a more clear and concise way about their life and where they want their life to go. You see? So this is why a lot of the young black youth want to go through the music industry, because it's to them, it's the fastest way out of the dominance hierarchy, which of course we know that it's a trick bag, but that's a whole nother stream. But see, what I look at is when a young brother find his lane and stay there. When Chief Keef got his deal, he left Chicago. He never came back. Am I saying, he shouldn't help Chicago? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure. But he left. I just saw Chief Keef on Instagram last week dancing. Talking about this what we used to do at the dance shows back in high school. Chief Keef was actually dancing. I said, this is the same dude that came on the Breakfast Club and wouldn't even talk. This brother is dancing now. But look at what he's around. He live around palm trees. He lives in an environment that'll make you dance. Who wants to be mad around palm trees? How could you be mad around palm trees and the sun all the damn time? The environment doesn't call for anger, for despair, for grief, for anger and violence and turmoil. He found his lane. He decided to live in California for the rest of his life. That saved his life. He out there riding skateboards, riding dirt bikes. That's what Chief Keef doing. Mr. Bang Bang, riding suits, skateboards and shit. He found his lane. He's living in his truth. And he's staying there. That's what you have to do, young brothers. When you find your way out of that shit, you better stay out. You better stay out. Find your lane and stay there. If you the warrior type, if you like to work out, that's what you should be promoting to young black brothers, even street cats. If you a young dude and you from the streets, talk that street shit to young dudes like you, but package it in a way that you can help them. Because you know somebody helped you. That's what saved you. See? See, brothers, that's the importance of finding your lane also. Because once you find your lane, you figure out how to help your fellow brothers. You figure out how you could be a service to your community. But you will never be able to figure that out if you don't find your lane. You're not a criminal. You're not a drug dealer. You're not none of that. You probably an artist. You probably could paint. You probably a plumber. You probably a veterinarian. You got to find your lane and stay there. See, this is why the beefing won't stop in this space. Because dudes won't find their lane. This is why it's always some petty beefing. It's always some BS going on around in the black manosphere. Because dudes still haven't found their lane. See? And when you don't find, when you're around a bunch of men who don't know their lane, you know what that shows? That shows a lack of structure and a lack of order. So that means that the men are running on a bullshit value system if there's no order and no structure. And if there is no systems, orders, and structure, how the hell do a man know where he fits at in the world? How does he know? How is his masculinity properly cultivated? Then you wonder why we got Kid Cudi wearing a dress. Then you wonder why you got Lil Nas X humping demons. You see how, do y'all see how important the 10 life value system is? See, without a system, there is no order and structure. You see? And what did I always say since I've been here? Since I came and made my name known in this space, I always said I came here with the energy to what? Restore order. I always came here and stressed the fact that there was no structure. There was no hierarchy of men. Now we got young men in this space now, sitting around a bunch of older guys that got no goddamn system and got no goddamn order on their channel, and they shit is structured like the goddamn local bar with a bunch of old goddamn drunks. Once again, we lead men to be slaughtered. Because we want to play too much games. We think everything is a goddamn game. Then you wonder why these young dudes be punching on you old niggas. Because they blame you for their failure. But you know why? Because instead of you telling them the right thing to do, you smoke weed with them. Instead of you telling them the right thing to do, you got drunk with them. You pop pills with them. You didn't show them that you had a value system. Yeah, young boy. Yeah, I smoke, but I don't smoke with young boys. Take that over there, young boy. No disrespect, no harm. I know you a man and you do your own thing. But this how I get down. I don't smoke with young dudes. See, you gotta show these young men the difference. You can't just say it's a difference. You gotta show them. You can't just say it. You gotta show them. You can't just say it. They gotta see it. They gotta see what you're doing. And when you do some fuck shit and you fuck up with these young dudes, you need to apologize to them. See, that's a problem a lot of us men got too. We got a problem with apologizing to each other when we do some bullshit. When you know you did some bullshit, apologize. Don't stand on fuck shit. Because that ain't being a man either. That's being a sucker. And these young men watch how us older men in this space treat each other. They watch the fuck shit niggas do. They watch how you old niggas get around these women on these panels and start shooting subliminal shots at each other. They be sitting there quiet, watching you old niggas. See, that's the difference between these young dudes and when we were growing up, the millennials. See, we used to speak up right away. We'd say some shit to you old niggas. See, these young dudes, they don't say nothing. They sit back and be quiet and watch and observe and still hang around you and know you a fuck nigga. And the day they could come at you, they're going to blast you. This is why you see videos of you old niggas getting knocked out at gas stations, getting knocked out in the club. Because these young boys know you a sucker. And you don't stand on nothing. You just as much as a tender dick as these young niggas. Because you running around trying to smash the same women they smashing. See, you wonder why these young boys is out of control? Nigga, because we out of control. That's why. We ain't showing these young boys this how it's supposed to go. We showing them Young boy, do the same shit I did. Ain't nothing wrong with chasing your dick. Shit, I chase my dick. So why should he have any respect for you? So when he start calling you a old dumbass nigga, why should he have any respect for you? Because you are an old dumbass nigga. You doing the same shit a 24-year-old doing, and you 60. You 60 years old still chasing your dick, and you expect these young boys to respect you? You trying to fuck the same women he fucking. That's cool. Do you wonder why y'all get beat up? This is why I laugh when them young boys be punching on y'all, because y'all deserve it. Y'all a bunch of old sap, cream puff ass niggas who running around here chasing these little thought monkeys. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Y'all run around here chasing these little dirty draws just like the young niggas. You're doing the same shit. You ain't found your lane either, nigga. Y'all riding in the fuck boy lane. And then y'all wonder why the communities is plagued with young boys on demon time. Because you old niggas is demons. Where you think they learned it from? We watched you old niggas shooting up the block. We watched you old niggas selling all the drugs. We watched y'all bringing all the hoes through. That's why we wanted to be like y'all niggas. Don't blame us. You old niggas get online and talk, oh, it's these millennials. Oh, it's the zennials. No, it come from y'all fuck niggas. Because we was watching you niggas. Y'all niggas was the kingpins. That's just coming home, nigga. Meek Mills don't ride dirt bikes, nigga, for no reason. Every young nigga in the hood got a dirt bike. You know why? Because that's what the street niggas that was getting money, that's what they rode. They rode dirt bikes, nigga. We want to be like y'all. But you old niggas turn around and blame us. That's why it's important, young brothers, I'm stressing, find your lane, man. You ain't got no OGs. Find your lane, bro. And your lane ain't criminality. Your lane ain't scamming. Your lane ain't robbing, bro. If you stay in that lane, you know what other lane you gonna end up in. It's called the motherfucking child line. That's where you gonna be at. If criminality is your lane, you're gonna be in the child line. That's where you gonna be. These old niggas ain't got nothing for you, man. And to all the young brothers that listen to me, y'all know what y'all get from DS1. Y'all gonna always get the raw and uncut truth. That's what y'all gonna get from me. That's what you gonna get from me. See, I'ma tell it how y'all wanna tell it. I'm the voice for y'all. Cause y'all don't really want to talk. I know. But I listen. I know how y'all feel. I know what y'all going through. But that's why you got platforms like SheepStaysLeepTV. That's why you got platforms like this. That's why you got guys like me right here, man. Get out the streets, man. There's only 2 lanes in the streets. And there's 2 lanes in the streets for a reason. You know what them lanes are. You know where them lanes lead you. That shit is over with, kid. All the niggas in the streets is rats. They rats, they informants. It shouldn't have to take you to go to jail to find yourself, little bro. You done watched generations of us go to jail already. Why you gotta go to jail too to find yourself? Come on, little bro. You supposed to be smarter than that. You watched your uncle go to jail. You watched his brother go to jail. Your pops went to jail. Your grandfather went to jail. Your big cousins is in the feds. What you need to go to jail for to learn what, homie? What you trying to learn in there, homie? That you can't learn right here. Sit your ass down and read a book in your house. You ain't got to be in their house. Sit your ass down in your house. You want to learn something. Change your trajectory, young brothers. Shit is easier out here for y'all. They about to legalize weed, young brothers. You ain't even got to smoke weed in the streets no more. You can legally go outside, go to a store, buy some weed, get a bag, and walk your ass back into your house and get high. Legally. So what's your excuse? What's your excuse now? If you an artist, go get your weed, go get your drawing book and sit your ass in the house and draw all day. You got an iPhone, you got an Android, you got all types of goddamn apps. Take pictures of your art and put it up on Instagram. Let's go, little bro. Let's go. I know you need a little motivation. But the motivation you need is me telling you what's real. All that shit you listen to and all them niggas you look at, cut that shit out, bro. Stop trying to be them. You not G Herbo. You not none of them. You not Durkee O. You're not none of them dudes, man. You are you. Be yourself. You see the hashtag. Be yourself, man. You can't lose being you. That's why I was playing Neek Bucks in the beginning of the stream. Because he's a young artist who's independent and he decided to remain independent. He could have been got signed long time ago. He rocked with Jim Jones, Dipset, everybody. He could have been got signed. But he don't want to change who he is. He want to stay true to himself. And that's how you stay true to your supporters. Bet on yourself, young brothers. Find your lane and stay there. Stay there. Be committed to your lane. Stay there. I just didn't start doing this shit. I've been doing it. But you gotta stay down. You gotta stay there. Ain't nothing else out there, man. You ain't going out there to get no money. You going out there to catch a case or fail in life. Lose your life for some shit, man. Find your lane and stay there, man. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. Find your lane and stay there. If you want to be a rapper and you serious about being a rapper, not just watching it and saying, well, I could rap and make money. No. If doing music is your passion, not what you want to get paid for. Let me make this clear. Let me make this clear to you young brothers. Find your passion. This is why I said find your lane. See, the only way you're going to stay there is if you find something you are passionate about. See, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about it. I was doing this in the streets before I came to the cyber world. I was doing this on my block. I was doing this on my block. Yeah. This is what me and my homies was doing on the block as grown-ups. After we did all the dumb shit when we was young. You see? Find something you're passionate about. If your passion is music, do music. There's no excuse for you not to. You have the internet. The internet is the world. So you have the world at your fingertips, young brothers. Now, how many rappers are multi-millionaires right now because they put their music on SoundCloud? You know how many YouTube channels started from just talking on Facebook? That's how mine started. I used to get on Facebook every day, and I think I might bring that back on Instagram. But it has to be your passion. That's the only way you're gonna stay in your lane. See, a lot of these dudes haven't found what they passionate about. They only found what can make them money. They only found what can make them money. Crime can make you money. And easily. You see? Find what you're passionate about. That's your lane. That's what you should be traveling down. Your lane of passion. You should be getting paid from things you're passionate about. You should only represent and wear and support things that you are passionate about, things that represent what you're passionate about. Stop turning on your TV, scrolling down your goddamn IG feed, thinking you got to be one of those dudes. And you dudes sit around here and talk about women all day and the problems you having with women. That's your number one goddamn problem right there. You sitting around trying to be the next man, and you wondering why she don't want to have sex with you. She want to have sex with the dude you keep talking about. Because she like, why have sex with you if you want to be another dude? I might as well go lay up with the other dude you trying to be like. Why should I? This is why I just premiered the video. You're looking for a leader, but you expect her to follow. This is a man who has not found his lane. You can't expect a woman to follow you and you don't know where you're going. You don't have a plan of action for anything. For nothing. See, y'all think when y'all hear brothers like me get up here and say this, y'all think, oh, we just, I'm just talking down to dudes. No, I'm not sitting here talking. I don't have it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out. But see, I've always followed my passion. See, I always knew my lane. Now, have I traveled off my path? Of course. Have I done a bunch of things that didn't really equal up to what I thought it would? Yeah. But you know what I took from that? It was a lesson. It was something I had to experience. You see? So I'm not sitting here saying like I got it all figured out. But when you going to start to try to figure it out? When you gonna sit down with yourself and say, self, what am I doing? This is the conversation you got to have with yourself, brothers. What am I doing? You know why you see a huge rise in entrepreneurship, especially in men, not just because of COVID, not just because of, the employment issues, but I've been seeing a lot on social media lately where a lot of men are just tired of doing shit because their job is paying them money. A lot of guys are saying, man, I can do a lot more with my time and make more money if I was just to do something else. And the thing that these men are doing, it's taking a lot more stress off them mentally. Now they have more time to invest in their own physical health. They're making more money. They have more time to invest their mind into other things, new endeavors, things that they may have always wanted to do. See, because when you in job mode, you're not chasing success. When you're in job mode, when you're in work mode, when you just job hunting and job hopping, you'll never get to success doing that. And there's a lot of men since the whole COVID thing has really said, listen, man, I'm ready to do this shit for me. I don't care who get mad. I don't care. I'm going to do Uber. One of my mans right now, he made diamond status in Uber in like 2 months. He's making 2-week, 3-week worth of checks in 2 days working for himself. When I talk to the brother now, he laughing more. I know when a brother may be holding back because he may feel like he don't want to burden, other brothers with things that he's going through. Because he understands that we all are burdened. So I noticed with my bro, how when he was still working that job, he'll be like, yeah, man, I'm holding it down, but I would hear that a lot. You hear that a lot. Now when I talk to my bro, it's yeah, 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 what's good, man? Yeah, what's going on? He taking pictures, smiling. Yeah, man, I'm back in the gym now. Yeah, man, it's great. Yeah, we're gonna do this shit, man. I'm like, damn, this nigga this nigga brightening up my day. Cause you know why? Cause he's starting to find his lane. And he's getting real comfortable. He likes how it feels that he's finding his lane. He likes this. See, brothers, this is why finding your lane is important. That's why finding your lane is important. Let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think a content creator as big as Angry Man is, shout out to AM, do y'all really think that if he stopped YouTube today, that he'll miss a meal? Do y'all really think that? Let me know in the chat room. Y'all let me know in the chat room. Because see, I'm trying to make a point here. No. No. You know why? Because he'll take what he's doing right here and do that shit anywhere else. If push come to shove, I don't put it past that nigga getting a goddamn bullhorn like the Hebrew Israelites and telling his message outside in public, and he'll still make money. You know why? Because this shit is his passion. It's his passion. It's not his job. This is his passion. This is what he do. See, some niggas is built for certain shit. But see, you only discover that when you had that conversation with yourself like, yo, man, what you doing out here in the world, bro? Are you being an asset or a liability? What are you? Who are you? What are you doing? Are you just taking up space? Are you a maggle? Are you a maggle in training? Are you a maggle in the mist, waiting to be a disruptor to another black male movement? Ask yourself this, because it's easy to become a distraction, a disruptor, a F19. Shout out to the Crimson Cure again. It's easy to become that when you haven't found your lane. See, this goes back to confusion. And when you're confused, you're easily led astray. Sheep. See? Find your lane, young man. Find your lane. If you good at math, go be a mathematician. If you like science and you like chemistry, go be a goddamn chemist. That's what you were when you were stirring that pot with that baking soda and that water. That's what you were, bro. See, this how I talk to my young boys. That's what you were. When you was on the stove, you was a chemist, dog. So what's wrong with you mixing chemicals in a lab? You just left the lab. Crackhead such and such. Yeah, you just left her house. You know crackhead Patricia? She always lets you cook up in her house and then you give her the residue. You a chemist, bruh. You a chemist, dog. You a chemist. You might come from a long line of chemists. Find your lane. Do you know how many graffiti artists come out of New York City? Why aren't these dudes up there when it comes to art? Some of your top graffiti artists are your best tattoo artists now. You want to know who's one of them? California. You ever heard of Cartoon? Cartoon is a known spray paint guy. He was a tagger. Find your lane. See, you can even listen, little bro. Think about what you was good at when you was down with the gang. When you was gang, what you was good at? What you was good at? Because we could turn that into a legal earn. We could turn that into a legal earn. But see, I understand there's not a lot of guys like me that want to talk to the youth. There's not a lot of bishops that want to talk to the youth. There's not a lot of Ronins that want to talk to the young men. There's not a lot of masculine mercenaries. To show these young men what personal development is. To show them that they was led astray and they was lied to. You're not a demon, little bro. They told you you was a demon so you could sit in jail for the rest of your life and rot. Find your lane, little bro. That's not you. You like to play the drums, little bro. Why you don't do beats? Man, ain't nobody gonna buy my beats. How you know, little bro? Why you think I got a platform? Send me your beats. I'll play your beats. Shout out to Tony Anthems in the building. I bought instrumentals from him. And I'm gonna start playing them. I just me bringing up this conversation, I just remembered that I bought them from him. And I see he in the chat. Salute. Shout out to the BX. When Official first came into space, my man Dusty, I was one of the first platforms playing his beats as my intro music. Bottom line, little bro, I want to see you live, little bro. I want to see you live. And I want to see you live healthy. I don't want you just out here surviving. Nah, man. We got to get to that strive and into that thrive, man. But you got to find your lane and you got to stay there, little bro. You got to feel comfortable being there. And you should feel comfortable being there because the only other place you could feel comfortable at Guess where's that, little bro? Guess the only other place you could feel comfortable at if you ain't doing the right thing. The only other place you could feel comfortable at is in a goddamn coffin. That's the only other place is a coffin. That's where you gonna feel right at home, in that coffin with them pillows propping your neck up. Find your lane, man. Find your lane. But first, you got to get your value system. You got to replace them values. See, you're not a demon, little bro. You're not a demon. You a leader. You're not a demon. See, you gotta replace those values that they replaced with bullshit. You gotta turn around and replace them. You're not a demon, little bro. If you a demon, that means you in spiritual warfare. You're not a demon, little bro. You don't join the side that's trying to defeat you to live. Because all they're going to do is use you and then destroy you. And that's what the system does to you young brothers. They use y'all and play y'all against each other, and then they destroy everyone. Look at what they did to Chicago. O block verse 63rd. This block verse this block. This O block verse this block. FBG verse this. THF verse this. This verse this. This verse that. This verse that. Now all of them dead and in prison. And the ones that's alive, all their friends are dead and in prison. You see what demon time gets you, little bro? It's a game. It's a dominance hierarchy. Find your lane, man. Find your lane. Don't be afraid to leave your hood. You ain't sell them niggas out. Them niggas just telling you that because they want you to stay there and be able to die every day just like them, little bro. You ain't shit on the hood. You left to live, man. You left to have a chance at actually living life. That's why you left. You don't owe them nothing. You don't owe them nothing. You got the internal and the external wounds to show for it. You don't owe them nothing. Find your lane, man, and stay there, man. Never be afraid to be who you are, man. I don't care who's there. I don't care who's around. Because when you being who you are and you standing on it, that's the realest you could ever be. That's the realest you could ever be. And real is rare. Never forget that, little bro. Real is rare. That's why it's used so much. That's why everybody run around and say how real, I'm real. But when controversy come around, when some shit go down, we'll see. And you gonna see, little bro, that them same dudes that you thought was real, them same dudes that you thought was gonna hold it down and do all of that, they're gonna crumble. They're gonna panic. And that's natural. That's a natural human thing to panic or to be afraid. But that might cost you your life, little bro. So you can't count on them. That's why you got to find your lane and stay there, man. Find your lane and stay there. If you want to go back to school, go back to school, man. Don't let none of these old battle acts here in this space make you think you need to prove yourself in any kind of way to them, because you don't. These is old, washed up niggas who are looking to manipulate your young mind because they know that at one point an old nigga came and did them that same way. That's why you got to find your lane, little bro. That's how you sidestep the wolves in sheep's clothing. That's how you deal with the haters, man. Find your lane and you stay there. And you grind and you gonna grow. But your grind shows your dedication. It shows how passionate you are about what you say you passionate about. So just like you was beating the block up 12 hours a day, why can't you press up shirts for 12 hours a day? Huh? Why can't you press up shirts and promote for 12 hours a day? You stood on a block for 12 hours a day and got $30 off 100. You stood on a block for 12 hours for 30% of whatever you worked off. But you can't use those same 12 for you. What is your passion? Is your passion in life to impress everyone else but you? Don't live the life of unfulfillment like a lot of these old battle acts in this space are doing and run around and disguising it as saying they black pill. You're not black pill. You're living a life of misery. That's what you're doing. And you're trying to use a theory to try to substantiate your miserable ass. You don't want to be them, little bro. You don't want to be them. Oh, blended up green bean drinking nigga. You don't want to be one of them, little bro. Because you running around here living your life in a goddamn theory instead of living in reality. Well, based on the black pill theory, I'm just going to be nothing because life is nothing and life is menial and that's it. SYSPM. I don't want that to be you, little bro. You're going to be miserable. And you might jerk yourself off into a goddamn heart attack. Find your lane so you could be happy in life. Because that's the real prosperity. If we haven't learned anything from our celebrities, that's one thing we gotta know. That the real success and progress is is your mental and your health. It's your health, your mental state, your physical state. That's the real success. Because look at all our entertainers and athletes. They dying as a result of a lack of the internal 5 of the 10 life values. They've been spiritually broken through trauma. A lot of these guys got mental issues. A lot of these guys come from poor families, or they may have mental issues that's in their family, so it's genetic. A lot of these guys go out in the streets being professional basketball players, football players, rappers, and do all types of crazy shit. And they all come from a poor background, a poor living conditions. And see, I keep stressing living conditions when I speak on dwelling, because a lot of y'all may think, oh, if he grew up in the hood, he just came from poor living conditions. No, it's the quality of where you live too. See, you may grow up in the suburbs, but if you grew up in a filthy ass house with a bunch of crackheads, it don't matter if you live in Rancho Cucamonga. You just live in a crack house in Rancho Cucamonga. That's all. You just a crackhead from Rancho Cucamonga. That's all. You're not special. You're still a crackhead. See? You still grew up around crackheads. Don't matter. That is what dwelling is. Don't think, he grew up in Marcy Projects. You know how many dudes grew up in Marcy Projects and the squares and nerds? You know how many dudes grew up in the hood and just had the luxury of being able to watch shit and not be a part of it? Shout out to Haven. Appreciate you, bro. He said you teaching, bro. And I needed this message today. Salute, bro. You already know what it is. Town business. See? As a matter of fact, I just got a comment. I won't say the brother name, but he support my platform. And he came up under one of my streams and he asked me, yo, so if you don't have a certain demeanor about yourself as being a black man, why do dudes always call you a square or lame or something like that? And I explained to him, just because you grew up with functional parents, bro, don't mean you're a lame. That means you grew up. That doesn't change anything. What is my point? And I was telling him that you're not a lame because you grew up with a good family. That don't make you lame. That don't make you a square. There's plenty of good families that grew up in the ghetto. You see, those are people who have found their lane and decided to stay there. And they didn't allow what was going on in the hood and all of that shit to discourage them from their purpose. And that's a struggle within itself. That we got to talk about that too. We got to talk about them dudes that grew up in the hood that may have felt that they was on the outskirts. But they sat there and watched everything that went on, and they was traumatized by that shit too. They heard dudes get shot. They watched dudes get shot at. See, that's a whole nother thing that's not even brought up, man, in this space. What about the young dude who ain't never commit crime, but all his homeboys sold drugs and his homeboys went to jail and got killed? You don't think he traumatized? See, come on, man. But we're going to get into it. Y'all know how we do over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Y'all know how we do. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that one day, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all for tuning in this afternoon. Much love to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody who hit the super chat. Much love. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who hit the Cash App. I appreciate that too. Much love to y'all. Shout out to the Masculine Mercenaries. Much love to everybody who tuned into today's show. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Make sure that bell is rung, man. And sometimes you got to unring it, then ring it again, because y'all know how YouTube do, man. And as y'all know, this episode has been sponsored by A-Game. A-Game, a herbal male solution. Fellas, get down in the description box. Hit the link for your A-Game, man. This is a herbal male solution. It's packed with 21 herbs for our focus, our energy, our vitality, and our libido, fellas. 21 herbs packed for those things. Hit the link in the description box. Join this A-Game lifestyle. Join this A-Game lifestyle. We are pushing a healthier lifestyle for brothers. Shout out to the bishop for doing his thing over there, man. He over there doing his thing, going in on the health value. So make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to my brother, the bishop, and check him out, man. He doing his thing. He over there, and he's going in on the health value. This is for our health, fellas. Get down in the description box. Hit the link at the checkout where it says promo code. Type in sheep and the number 10. That's sheep and the number 10 as your promo code. You'll get a discount off on your order. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, a Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build, because we are our own agency. We are our own agency, fellas. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.